Hey, today we're at the Natural Way in Mayville with Earl Gessling, and today we are going to make rhubarb barbecue wild turkey. Cannot wait. Stay tuned.
Wildlife Federation's The Hide.
Welcome back. Today, again, we're at the Natural Way in Mayville, Wisconsin with Earl Gessling, Master Chef, Kitchenaire Extraordinaire. And today, what are we going to have prepared, Earl?
Okay, so today we're going to be doing some turkey breast that Mark had brought me. We're going to do a citrus marinade with a rhubarb barbecue sauce. And then with it being spring, we got some wild ramps here. We're going to do a little ramp marinade and grill that off.
Awesome. So what's step number one?
All right, step number one, we need to break down the turkey breast.
All right.
Okay, we're going to start with this guy here.
So these breasts are from this year?
Yes.
Fresh.
Somebody should thank the turkey guy.
So when you're starting to prepare the breast, what are some of the things that you're doing before you even start to get really ready to cook?
First thing I usually do is I'll go through and rinse it off good. They're all it's all wild game, so
Check for pellets.
yeah, I check for pellets. I pull any little feathers off. There's always something that gets missed here. That's just pepper actually from seasoning. Just give a good inspection of the breast and before I start cutting into it. This one doesn't have a tender on it. It's just breast. Now these birds, unlike your domestic birds, they get a lot of exercise, so they develop a lot of this this sinuate here, this like tendons. These don't cook out like what our domestic birds do because it's so well developed. So you're going to want to try to remove as much of this as you can.
And you definitely notice that on the finished product, for sure.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I get asked, what the difference between light meat and dark meat is. And again, interesting, it's just the amount of amount of blood that's being used by that muscle. So example, breasts on turkeys and chickens are light meat, but on a duck, they're dark meat because they're using that muscle that much more. So again, we do get that question quite a bit. Similarly, like for fish, if you have, pink meat or red meat, these are fish that move a lot, whether it's through streams or things along those lines, whereas your walleye tends to be a lot lighter because they're not having to fight consistently for that.
So what I do with this, when I'm pulling this out, it can be a little tricky. Sometimes takes some practice, but a lot of times you get a sharp knife, something with a little curved blade on it. Most like a boner will work.
Sure. Kind of scrape.
Yeah, if it's sharp, you just want to just gently scrape. To me, a lot of work went into this bird to getting it, and I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste any of it. So
that is a sharp knife.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to get to that knife story later in the show.
Okay.
Okay. So every bird's a little different. This one was not as old. It's not quite as developed as some of the other ones that I worked with in the past couple of days. They got ground up. I think that It's pretty good. I'm going to take that off right there. It's a little bit up here at the top. I'm trying to work out. Yeah. It's always a little extra there at the head of the muscle. I think that's it.
Okay.
Well, that cleaned up pretty nice. So then I'm going to try to match the pieces up somewhat in size. So maybe I'll just come up here and just give that a little cut. Let's see, like this. So I could probably get 3 pieces out of this. Do maybe just a little angle on it. Here we go. Put a nice fat on there.
You always got to keep a little fat.
Oh yeah, that's a good piece. Now we'll just do this like this. Yeah. If you want to get them a little more flat, you can pound them out just a little bit if you want to just tap them with a hammer a little bit. Mallet, meat mallet. That'll work. We've also got these tenders. These were from, this was from this turkey here. You can see the match in the color.
Mm-hmm.
These were from a little bit bigger bird though. Let's see. So we still got the tendon a little bit running through here. I'm going to just leave that there. It's just a touch that looks like I missed. And then this one.
You come right down one of the sides of that.
Yeah, that's just.
Always amazes me when you watch a good sharp knife.
Oh my gosh. Cut myself looking at it.
How come I never end up that way? I don't know.
The thing is you don't usually cut yourself with a sharp knife.
You don't.
I don't.
Right.
Yeah, not twice.
Yeah, my wife doesn't really let me in the kitchen unless I'm passing through.
Trying to do it and still keep it where you can see it here, but
We got a pretty good view.
yeah. I'm going to pull it tight, so I'm just kind of...
Yeah, just like filleting a fish.
So this is why I say with a sharp knife, I'm cutting towards my thumb, and if this was a dull knife, I'd have to put a lot of pressure, but because it's sharp, I'm just barely moving the knife, so if it does slip, I'm hardly putting any pressure on it. So these little scraps are really nice for stock. I did already make stock out of the what was left of my pheasant carcass. So I missed that, but this goes really nice. This will melt, give a little flavor, and that collagen, the connective tissue will melt and make your stock really nice. Okay, so now that we got these cut up, let's make the marinade.
What's the first step, or how do we get started making the marinade?
So we got all our ingredients here. What we're going to do is take these ramps.
So ramps are in season right now, right?
Yeah, you can find them like all over the forest. They're pretty much, well, they're kind of towards the end as far as finding them because the other plants have, but they're really good. They have a very almost
Onion,
garlic and onion kind of mix. Make a beautiful marinade.
Now, somebody's going to ask, is there any part that you can't use?
Just
the root.
At the end.
Pretty much just the root.
Yep.
Yeah, I use, so they're different. Like it's like if you think of it like a green onion, like the green part tastes a little different than the white. Has that more oniony flavor. It's the same with these. Like you'll have a little different flavor. I like to use the whole thing in this. The easiest way to do a marinade is it's kind of like making a vinaigrette.
Okay.
You will just throw it all in a blender. Break off a piece of garlic here. Yeah.
Yeah, the more garlic, the better.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then let's see what else we got in here that'll work with that. So mustard, I think, is a key ingredient in something like this. When you have flavors like onion, garlic, mustard goes really well. For this, I use a Dijon. A little scoop of that. Salt, some Himalayan pink salt. Just like, you don't want to overseason it. We're going to marinate it for like an hour or two. So if it's overnight, I do less salt because I don't want to. It'll have more of an effect on the moisture content. A little black pepper in there too.
Pinch of pepper.
That's good. Let's see. I think that is. So then, right behind you, Mark, there's. So for this one, I really like the rice wine vinegar. It's not, cider's great, but it's very, very pungent, a little more powerful. With this is a little milder. I think it goes really nice with the ramps. So we're gonna just enough to touch more. There we go. Pop that back there.
Thanks.
Yep.
And we'll do just a touch of citrus in there as well. Try to keep them seeds out. This gets a little loud. Try it.
Yeah. Delicious.
Yeah, it's just kind of all around good.
Yeah.
I like that one. Okay. Let's go ahead and marinate these. I'm going to just grab 3 of these pieces here. Some really nice color to it.
And you said just going to do it for an hour.
Yeah, like
Could
an hour.
do it longer though.
And you could go for a couple hours. That's a strong marinade. I made the marinade kind of based off the time. So with it having that a fair amount of acid and salt to it, I think a couple hours is probably.
Yeah, I mean, if you're at duck camp or turkey camp, deer camp, I mean, if you can prepare something in an hour,
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Right.
What's nice with this is you can, you could do it, you could get it ready, you could build a fire, get the other stuff going, and then come back and it's ready to pop on it. So I'll set this in the fridge.
So before we get going, let's take a quick break from the cooking. Tell me the story again about the knives.
So, so these knives I had made about 5 years ago. A company called Bloodroot Blades out of Athens, Georgia. They make custom knives. So I'd gotten some items that were my father's, and I didn't know what to do with them. I was just trying to clean up, and so I had some old work boots, some ivory that he brought back from the Soviet Union when he went over there on a trapping expedition back in the 90s, and some trap tags. We used to do we did a lot of hunting, fishing, trapping together. So I sent him a box of stuff and said, make me some knives out of it. And This is what they came back with. I think they turned out really nice. This is part of the part of a trap. It was a big number 3 coil spring, which is a fairly large trap. They took a piece for that. There's some leather boot in there. There's of course the trap tag there. The ivory inlaid in the back, which the ivory is mammoth ivory, not.
Yep.
So it's more of a fossil. And then the blade is made from a leaf spring from a car.
Okay.
Which is cool. It's like recycled.
Yeah.
But the thing is what I really liked about it too, is we did a lot of trapping in the winter, a lot of skinning. We did a lot of knife work when I was younger. So we always had these steel knives, not stainless steel. They were just more of a high carbon steel.
Yeah, more utilitarian.
Yeah, and they sharpen different. And that's the thing with these. With this knife, it's the sharpest thing I've ever had. And all it takes is, you grab a ceramic steel, and it's back to
good to go.
Super like sliced to a tomato, sharp. You don't really have to do it. Maybe every other year, once a year, I'll use a fine stone on it. But yeah, it's really nice.
I just thought the story was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool story.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's something we used to do together. A lot of memories I have were in the skin and shed when I was younger. So yeah, every time I pick up a knife, it kind of makes me think of my dad a little bit. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and what a great keepsake, because not only do you have it now, but it can be passed.
You'll
on
have those forever.
Yeah, rather than a pair of old shore boots.
Yeah,
right.
I got something a little more useful. Yeah.
All right. So what's next on the cooking front?
Okay, so the next marinade we're going to do is is for the rhubarb chipotle barbecue. So that has a little more of a, you can say a little Southwest flair with the chipotle. So we're going to stick with some brighter flavors with the marinade. We're going to do a little bit of red onion. Just going to take a little chunk of that. And then we'll do a little bit of zest in there too. Not a whole bunch, but it's kind of nice to help brighten it up.
Smells good.
Yeah. Yeah, it smells fresh.
See, like right about there, I would need a Band-Aid.
He was very careful. I saw that.
Yeah. Don't forget the garlic, right?
Yep.
Can't forget the garlic.
Is that all you're putting in? Just kidding.
You can throw another one in there.
No, I'm just kidding.
You're the chef.
Yeah.
No, now we're blaming you.
Right,
If
right.
it's wrong.
It doesn't work.
Perfect.
Chase is behind the camera going,
I'm going to throw a little red pepper in there.
so we knew the other one was coming out green. What color?
Going red.
Red, purple, right?
Red-ish. No, I'm going to do a little more lemon juice. I used a juicer this time. Seeds always slip through my fingers if I don't. This lime too.
Some water and a glass of ice.
Right.
Need a little oil with that, or you just?
You know, no, I some people put the oil in. I don't. I will put a little oil on it before I cook it. But
Okay.
like if it was an overnight marinade, I would probably put the oil in. But with, you know, I don't want anything blocking it from absorbing.
Yep.
Since we're doing this a little quicker. Again, just a little bit of salt. Always want to measure exact.
So just as long as you know, you're going to have to give the recipe, so after the show, it'll air. So you're going to have to figure half a teaspoon, tablespoon, all that cooking
Best
lingo.
guess.
Right. You know, best guess, pinch, half a pinch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To taste. Say.
I'm gonna
Salt,
grab
pepper
some
to
orange
taste.
juice.
So do you mix the rhubarb in with this as well, or is that like a standalone piece that you set it on?
So the rhubarb with this is in the barbecue sauce.
In the barbecue
Oh,
sauce.
in the barbecue sauce. Okay.
So this is just I like the bright notes of the citrus. You know, then you got some nice aromatics like the garlic and the onion that are just going to kind of brighten it up, and I think it'll really complement the
I can't
sauce.
wait.
Nice. Strawberry.
Yep. Not quite.
Mm.
We didn't get to taste that one.
Right.
Oh, I just
No, I'm just
I just
kidding.
went for it, didn't I? Probably should try it.
Nice recovery.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
Yep.
I think that'll go nice with the barbecue. I mean, the barbecue has a little bit of this isn't as acidic because I just did the juice,
Okay.
but the barbecue sauce is a little bit, so it should balance out really
that's
nice.
excellent.
Yeah. Again.
Let's get these turkey breast on, ready to go.
You know, the other thing is, again, like what we mentioned inside, is that these are all real simple things that you can do at camp in a fairly short amount of time with not a lot of effort, you know, as
Yeah,
far
this
as cook time.
It's pretty simple, I think. You know, you can make this, I actually made this almost identical marinade here the day before, and you can take that with you, have it in a,
Yeah, preset.
yeah, ready to go.
I think that's the thing I'm taking away from this is be creative in your marinade. Like you can put all kinds of stuff in there and see what they have, but don't always go back to the same old one you've always done because that'll what it tastes like then.
Yeah, everybody's had turkey with Italian dressing on it. You know, it's and even if you really like that, so what's an Italian dressing? Red pepper, garlic, onion. Just take that and throw it in a blender.
Right.
And blend it together with a little bit of white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar, some oil, and season up with some salt.
Right.
You're good to go.
Right. And it'll be tasting fresh because you just made
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Throw some fresh basil in there, would be really nice. All right. You know, like if you got a skin side, so if you kind of look right here, you can see that's an actual what you usually have, like skin side on a chicken breast. Put that down instead of the cut side, and you'll have less of a chance of it sticking. It's not always an option with this because we're kind of trimming them up, but if you have a side that looks a little smoother, that's a tender there.
And how long do you think these will take roughly? How long do you think these will take roughly?
Like maybe 6 or 7 minutes. I don't think it's going to take that long. Throw these on. One thing nice about also making your own marinade, if you notice, you know, your people that do a lot with Italian dressing, it burns really easy because they add so much sugar to it. You know, where these, I don't add any sugar, so you don't, they're not going to burn quite as easy. So we're starting to smell these a little bit. I can smell the onion, smell them cooking. So you can see how this is starting to turn white. It's getting a little firm. When you roll it up a little bit, it's not sticking. That's a great sign. You know, maybe a touch more. You know what? These back ones, I think I'm gonna flip them. Just give them a little roll because it is starting to char a touch.
What a little noodle dish.
And this one I'm gonna leave a little bit longer. I wouldn't char anything more than that. You know, you don't want to. You don't want that char to, the grill marks to overpower the taste of the meat. So, and then now that they're flipped, we can hit them with a little. Try that if you want. Some on the lid. Oh, not. You could try it.
Setup. I call setup.
Almost got him.
No.
It's good.
How flavorful was it?
It's good.
How hot was it?
It's not hot.
It's not hot.
Oh,
I mean,
it might be for me.
I'd feed it to my grandkids or something. I don't think it would.
Yeah.
It's not like
Wisconsin
that.
ketchup spicy, so
Yeah.
it's not that
I
bad.
don't think it's hot.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. It's good.
It balances out. It mellowed out. At first, it was a little hotter yesterday, but it.
I didn't get any heat. Yeah, I got sweet.
Just gonna. Ooh. Oh, it's the tender. That's why it's cooking a little different. Didn't cook quite as fast as the breast. Let this go a little bit longer down here with the barbecue. Then maybe I'll pull them up for a little more indirect heat or turn my fire down a touch because I don't want that sauce to burn.
Did you pick it or did you buy it?
I got this from Vitruvian Farms over in Stoughton or over by Madison there.
Yeah.
It's just easier. I get it wild a lot, but this is a lot better for a salad. It's still pretty peppery, but it's a little. You have to take it off the stem so much, and it's a good representation of what you can do. I mean, if you're out hunting turkeys, turkey season is definitely the time to pick watercress. You know, when it's in the spring when everything's nice and cool. So this is the same as the vinaigrette. Same as the marinade. It's just maybe a touch more vinegar to it. I'm going to put this on the watercress here to kind of go with that. Just hit a little bit of oil, some salt, a little stir. You could forage your whole meal while you're
Right.
while you're out.
We recommend you do.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah, a little more. Got a little bit of dark there that I didn't want, but a little flip, let it cook on just a little bit. So this sauce here is, I don't know if I mentioned it before, when Mark brought me the birds, his wife Jen brought me some rhubarb. So I made it into this barbecue sauce here.
What's the verdict? Speechless.
That's good. Ooh, yeah. Some of the flavors, some of the marinade flavors really come kind of later.
Okay.
Like it starts with like the grilled turkey, and then it gets really earthy with the wild turkey and the marinade.
Nice. I'll dig in.
Dig in. There's forks
then-
there. Use your fingers. So we got some fresh local watercress here. With a little bit of ramp vinaigrette. Kind of the same thing that's on the chicken as a marinade.
Turkey.
Or turkey.
I
Duck. It's chicken.
Wild chicken.
You want to make it look really fancy. So with the barbecue one, I think goes nice with some roasted potatoes or anything like that. This with the ramp vinaigrette on there, I think that goes really nice with some greens. Make a nice salad out of it.
That's good too.
Delicious. Everyone, thanks for watching today. Earl, thanks for letting us come to the Natural Way in Mayville. Mark Kakich, Taylor Fingler. We had an awesome time. I mean, 2 different ways to cook turkey, right? Wrapped pheasant. It was
the
phenomenal.
marinade. You know, we learned a lot about how to make our own stock. I mean, there's just so much that we learned today that people will have in their freezer that they can absolutely utilize some of these new techniques.
Yeah, and phenomenal, phenomenal. And you know what? Most of our ingredients were right here from Wisconsin, right? Homegrown, from the vegetables, right, on up to the meat. I mean, fantastic day today, fantastic food. Thank you so much, Earl, for taking time out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chase Baker and Grit, for everything that you do for conservation and this program. Without you, obviously, we wouldn't be here. So thanks for everybody watching, and I hope that you're going to see the next episode. Have a great day. Take care.